About 50 years ago, I was curious to know if this flywheel arrangement really works. This is a machine which, driven by a motor, can provide thrust without pushing against anything. It can work both in a vacuum or under the sea, as well as on a dry land. I'm not talking about perpetual motion, but a pulse motion without any traction at all. Of course, the engine or motor needs some kind of fuel or power supply. The heart of this machine is a pair of steel flywheels which can shift their degree and direction of unbalance. So the unbalanced moment can be controlled to get a pulse always in the same direction. My intent is to have other people watch it and give me some feedback. This device was thought of as a result of an article on unbalanced machines I read on a magazine about half a century ago, approximately in the late 50s. Then, there were no more news about the subject. If it had been a great success, obviously it would be in use today. In the modification I made of the basics of the machine, the flywheels have a slot instead of a round hole in the center, and they are driven by a square shaft on which each flywheel can slide, thus shifting the orientation of their unbalance. The shifting of unbalance is provided on every half turn by a couple of bars I have termed pusher bars, since two ball bearings welded to the flywheel are pushed by the bars and shift the unbalance in the opposite direction. So the next half turn keeps pushing the arrangement in the same direction. The flywheels, synchronized by a pair of gears, rotate in opposite directions as shown by the arrows. In this case, the pusher bars have displaced the flywheels outward on their square shafts, so the unbalanced push is towards the outside in opposite directions, which cancels the unbalanced moment. As the rotation goes on, the unbalance pushes up as shown by the figure until the first half turn is completed. When this happens, the pusher bars push the flywheels outwards again, and the cycle repeats itself, so the unbalanced pulse pulls again to the upper part of the figure. Trying to be a bit more explicit, I'll try to explain the actions step by step. At the start, there's no useful push, since the two moments are equal and opposite. As they turn, the thrust up increases until it reaches the maximum upper moment. Here we do have a useful push. Then the rotation carries the moment to an angle where one flywheel cancels the other. At this time, the bearings touch the pusher bars. This shifts the position of the flywheels with respect to their shafts, so the orientation is ready for a new unbalanced push, again towards the top of the figure. I am very curious to know if it would work in practice. Your input, as well if there is someone capable of actually building it, will answer my question. A possible application is moving vehicles in any direction, including upwards, depending on the orientation of the machine inside the vehicle. Thanks for watching, and I take the opportunity to ask you to please subscribe to my channel.